Right, hi guys, welcome back. So today is Christmas Eve. I've got 2 more days left of my quarantine here in the Pullman G in Bangkok, and then I'm free. But I thought it's about time I made a quick video about Thailand Elite, how I joined Thailand Elite during COVID and then used it to get back to Thailand now. So this is my story, my timeline about how I joined Thailand Elite and got back to Thailand. Even for people in England going through the process at the same time as me, I noticed it was slightly different, and it was definitely different for people in other countries. What I would say is a massive help was using Facebook groups and online forums, but particularly on Facebook, the Thailand Elite members stuck outside of Thailand. That group was great because there was people similar to me going through the same process, and we were all able to share information and bounce things off each other and kind of put our minds at rest as well, which was really helpful. Okay, so it was September the 22nd, I made my first online application at the thailandelite.com website. That's the official website. One thing I will just say quickly is I wouldn't bother using agents for this, right? Because the process is pretty straightforward, it's pretty simple, and you're going to want to have as much contact, as much direct contact with Thailand Elite as possible to make things clear in your mind. So adding like a third person in the middle, it's just going to dilute that information and add more time to the situation, more time to the process to relay that information back to you. You can do it yourself, don't worry. So thailandelite.com, online application, did that really quickly. 2 days later, I got an email back from them. They wanted to get some further information off me. They sent me a form to fill out, which I did, and they wanted a copy of my passport, so I sent that back off. And then I had a 3-week wait then, and that was to get the approval letter through saying that I passed. I think they do like a background check, a criminal record check here in Thailand, check if you've overstayed or not. So that approval letter came through with the banking details. Now you're not actually a member until you've paid. So the banking details came through. I went with the TransferWise option because for the amount of money we were sending, that seemed the best for the least amount of fees. Okay, so I got that sent off through TransferWise. And then it was a nervous part because there's no immediate receipt of confirmation email from Thailand Elite, no contact for a while. In fact, it took 2 weeks until I got a welcome letter. And that was basically, welcome to Thailand Elite, you are now a member. Thank you for the money, we've received it. So that was the 4th of November when I got that through. So it's 22nd when I made my first online application. So the 4th of November, I'm now a member of Thailand Elite. So in a normal world, that would be the point then when I could book a flight, come to Thailand, come through immigration, be met by a Thailand Elite official, be whisked off and get the visa put in my passport, and away I go. So, but now this is where all the extra COVID stuff comes in, which has made the process a lot more difficult. So that was the 4th of November, I got my welcome letter. Also in that email was information about the TEMQ, the Thailand Elite Members Quarantine Program, the whole process to get Thailand Elite members back into Thailand. So what you have to do then is download another form, TEMQ form, fill that out, send that back off, and what you're waiting for there is a confirmation letter from the Thai Ministry of Foreign Affairs via the TEMQ team in Thailand Elite for you to get that confirmation letter, and then you can use that later on down the line for your certificate of entry. Anyway, so that's the 4th of November. As well as filling that form out and sending that back, they gave me details about getting the visa affixed in my passport. Now, they said on the email, Thailand Elite, that it could take 2 weeks for the London embassy to be prepared to put the visa in my passport. Well, I went off anyway and messaged the London embassy. They just said, if you've got a welcome letter showing you're a member, send that and your passport, special delivery, we can put it in. I was like, wow, okay, that's great. So on the 6th, let me look at my notes. Friday the 6th, 2 days later, I sent my passport off, special delivery with my welcome letter, tracking it, make sure that it arrived, it's waiting. And then Monday the 16th, I got it back, opened it up, visa inside. Elation, awesome, great. So now we had the visa, now we just needed this Ministry of Foreign Affairs TEMQ document. Now looking on those said Facebook groups I mentioned, there's a lot of difference in timeline of people receiving this TEMQ, this MFA confirmation letter. and it didn't seem quite straightforward, like from a couple of months to a couple of weeks. But one piece of information I did see on the post was someone said, don't go quiet on them, give them a nudge, send them an email. So once I got my passport back, I emailed the TMQ team again, just to kindly say, right, I've got my passport back, I've got the visa inside, thank you very much for helping me. I now look forward to receiving the TMQ application, blah, blah, blah. Waiting on you, many thanks. The next day, I must have sent that on the 18th, because on the 19th, it was a Thursday when everything kind of happened for me. They sent me a bit of a weird email saying, oh, we're very sorry, but here is your MFA confirmation letter. I guess maybe they already had it, but hadn't actually sent it to me. So that little nudge email, definitely recommend that if you're in a situation of still waiting for your MFA confirmation. Anyway, the 19th of November, confirmation letter in hand, and then I'm straight to go on the Thai embassy website to make my certificate of entry application. It's getting confusing now already, isn't it? Got on the website, you need your passport, your visa, and for Thai Elite members, this MFA confirmation letter for the first part of the application. Put that in. A couple of hours later, I got a message back saying that was approved. I can now go ahead and make flight bookings, hotel bookings, and insurance bookings, and they need to have all these confirmations. So I spent that day, booked my flights, booked my ASQ here, got my insurance, and sent that back off. So within a 12-hour period of making the first application, I then had a downloadable and printable certificate of entry, all on the 19th. So yeah, that was great. If I was really on the ball at that point, I could have had a COVID test lined up, and in theory, I could have been out like the next day. So for me, from the 22nd of September to the 19th of November, the 8.5 weeks, that's how long it took me from initial application to having visa in passport, certificate of entry, ready to go. 8.5 weeks. I think if I could have shaved any time off there, I probably could have shaved like a week off that. Just from there was a few times where I wasn't straight away sending back the replies or the required documents. If I was on the ball a bit more, maybe it could have been 7.5 weeks. But it all kind of seemed to really drag at the beginning, and then right at the end, everything snowballed really quickly. And it was at the point where my date to fly to Thailand was still 3 weeks away. I really wasn't expecting everything to happen so quickly at that point. Or maybe I should have expected it to happen that quickly, but I was just bracing myself for the worst. Right, in terms of Thailand Elite, the next time I kind of needed anything regarding them was when I arrived in Thailand and was going through Suvarnabhumi. One of the many checkpoints there, they just wanted to see my Elite member card, but obviously I didn't have a card yet, but I had the, they send you like a letter, it's like a card alternative, a membership card alternative letter, and you can use that as proof of membership. That was accepted fine. Once I got in my ASQ hotel here, I then contacted the members center, said what room number I'm in, so they're able to send me this, my welcome pack. So this come last week, and it's not that exciting. You just get another copy of the welcome letter, which you initially got emailed to me a couple of months ago. And you get like a very nice presentation box. Doesn't serve a lot of purpose apart from holding inside my membership card. Elite Easy Access Silver membership card. And other hidden things we got in here. We got some luggage labels, a nice pin, and a little USB stick that's got the terms and conditions for my type of Elite Visa membership. It's about an 8 gig memory stick as well, so that can come in useful. And, oh yeah, what's else? Another layer. Is this the last thing? Quite a nice passport holder, card holder as well, with Thailand Elite insignia on it. So yeah, everything received. So now I am a fully officiated Thailand Elite member, actually in Thailand, got the 5-year visa in my passport, and I'm good to go. So I hope that was useful for you guys. I know this kind of information really helped me out when I was going through the whole process. Of course, it changes all the time, but if there's anything I can help you with, any questions you got, I will do my utmost to respond to them. But I would definitely recommend checking out the Thailand Elite members groups on Facebook, because there's loads of members on there, and The community's got a really good feel to it and everyone's really helpful. So definitely check that out if you're thinking of going through the same process as I am. Right, cheers guys. Thank you very much.